Alright, hi guys. So, hold on. This is weird.
Add friends. Button. One viewers.
Okay.
Live.
Just making sure. Anyway, so, I don't know if y'all saw the description or not, but, I just kind of thought it'd be fun since this year's race season with My Team Triumph is over. I'd show you the different medals I've gotten and, tell you a few stories along the way, because boy do I have stories from this year. So start with this one, and if you can't see these, I'm sorry, but I thought I'd try. So this one is from the Gazelle Girl Half Marathon. Oh, and I should mention that I've done more races this year than I have medals for, because not every race gave out medals, so maybe I'll show off those shirts later. But anyway, this is from the Gazelle Girl Half Marathon. This is my second race from this year. I had a 5K on April, I think it was like 6th, but anyway. And this race, it was cold, it was like really sleety, and just, it was interesting, let's just put it that way. But this is the medal I got from that one. It's one of my favorite races that My Team Triumph does every year. So this next one is from the Purple Community 5K. I actually walked/ran this one with my friend Greg. He's one of the board members from My Team Triumph. And so this is that one. There were a lot of hills on that race course, which I wasn't expecting, so it was a bit of a struggle, but we made it through. Almost fell on my face once, but you know, no big deal. I didn't actually trip and fall, so Greg, no worries. So that's that one. And Purple Community was pretty cool too. I'll probably do that one again next year if MTT is doing it. So this next one is the Amway Riverbank 25K. They changed it to Amway this year. They're I think it was a sponsor change or something, but this is the medal for that one. And this race was really special for me because my friend Kevin came up from Ohio to run this one. So we got to meet and hang out for a little while, and I mean, it wasn't for very long, but we did get the chance to meet and to hang out, and for a few minutes before the race and after the race, and it was just a magical day for me. So, but this is the medal that we both got. So. And then because I did both the Gazelle Girl half and the Amway Riverbank 25K, I got the Double Down medal again this year, and I really like this one. This one's really cool. So that was for doing both the Gazelle Girl half and the Amway 25K. So that was awesome. Oh, and I should point out that the Purple Community 5K was a first-time race for me and for MTT too, I think, because it wasn't on the schedule last year. So I mean, they might have done it before. I'm not sure, but anyway, it was a first-time race for me. So shout out to his name is Ron Knoll. He's the race director for a few of the races that we did this year, and shout out to him for inviting MTT to these races, because, or you know, to a few of the races that we did this year because they were like in Muskegon, Grand Haven, Spring Lake area, which is a whole lot closer to home for me, so that was really cool. And the reason why I bring that one up, the reason why I bring that up is because this was from the Bear Lake Triathlon, my very first triathlon of the season, and once again another first time race for me and for MTT. This was one of the very few triathlons that was actually decent weather. And I'll tell you that story later. But yeah, I had a great time with this race, and it was a lot of fun. This is in Muskegon, or North Muskegon, and yeah, it was great, and hopefully MTT comes back and does this one next year. So that was from Bear Lake. So this next one, I didn't do this race last year, but I decided to sign up for it this year. Oh, goodness. Sorry. Bless me. This is from the Brian Dimer 5K. I think this was the first year that they gave out medals for the race. I'm not sure if it was just a 10th anniversary thing or if this is something they're going to keep doing, but anyway, I walked this one with my friend Shelly, and we had a great time and had a lot of fun, talking and, cheering the other runners on and just spending some amazing, awesome time together. So this was from the Brian Dimer 5K. That was on Saturday, and the day after that, which was a Sunday, was the Grand Rapids Triathlon, and boy, oh boy, do I have a story to tell you. So, let's just say that day was kind of a little on the miserable side, because we got picked up late by the shuttle, and so we were late getting to the spot that we were going to meet at with MTT, and then it was raining, so it was wet, it was miserable. We were, my friend Kristen did the race too, and both of us, we were frozen by the end of it. I mean, we were so wet and cold that it was miserable. But this is the medal that we got. And like I said, it was a miserable, wet, cold, nasty, just ugh kind of day. And there have been very few times, in my races with MTT that I've really wished that, or that I've really just been, oh come on, let's get this over with. But this was one of those days. It was just nasty. But anyway, this is the medal that we got for that one. This next one was from the Town Crier 10K race that it's in Saugatuck, and it's really cool because the money raise goes to the high school cross country and track kids. So they have the high school kids come out and do the race with us, and I had some pretty fast guys. Again this year we were really fast. We finished first place, and so this is the medal that we got for that for that race. And once again, another gorgeous day out there. It didn't rain, which was really nice. But anyway, this is the medal that we got for that race. Kind of looks like last year's, but still awesome. This next one was another first time race for MTT and for me too. The Grand Haven Triathlon, another race put on by Ron Knoll and his group, and this is the medal that we got for that one. It was really interesting because, you know, we started at Grand Haven Beach, and it was just really cool. Perfect weather. I mean, it was just gorgeous. But this was the medal for that one. And, you know, like I said, I really hope that MTT comes back and does, you know, Ron's races next year, because, you know, like I said, it's really nice that they were, you know, closer to home for me. I mean, not that I mind, you know, going to Grand Rapids for these races, but it was really cool to have them, you know, closer to home. Let's see what's next. Hold on. I'm getting stuff confused here. Okay. This one was another first time race for me. This is a Run for the Sun 5K, and it benefits Camp Sunshine, which I believe, if I'm not wrong, is a camp for kids with Down syndrome. So this was really cool. I remember it being really, really hot, but other than that, I mean, it was great, and I had a lot of fun, and yeah, it was an amazing race. So that's that one. Hopefully MTT will go back and do that one, do this one again next year, because it was in Holland, and you know, that's a whole lot closer to home for me too, so it was great. This next one, this is, I think, the third year I've done this race, because it's a lot of fun, and I mean, it is a weeknight race, it's a Thursday night race, but, you know, still, it's a lot of fun. This was the Metro Way 5K, and my sister dropped me off for this race, and I had about maybe an hour to kill, so just kind of hung out and talked with a guy that was waiting for the race to start, I think, and, you know, so it was a really, really hot night. I do remember that. I thought about doing this one on foot, but I'm glad I didn't, because, like I said, it was hot, and just, yeah, really hot. And I remember, this is the first time this has happened during a 5K, but I actually had to stop and go to the bathroom, which was rather interesting, but not surprising, because I had like a whole bottle of water before the race, so anyway, this is that one. Oh boy, do I have a story to tell you on this one. I did Tri Del Sol again this year, and it's one that my team Triumph hosts. You know, they put together, because they bought Tri Del Sol, I think it was, what, 2 years ago or so. But boy, do I have a story to tell you. So it was pouring rain, thundering lightning that morning. It was a Sunday morning. And a lot of us were afraid that the race was going to get canceled because of the thunder and lightning, and we had already driven like an hour to get there, and so I was praying that it wouldn't get canceled, because, you know, I would have been rather, you know, I would have been pretty upset, you know, if it had. But anyway, we finally managed to get out there and you know, and race, but once again, rainy, cold. I was, if I remember right, I was pretty wet by the end of it too. So it was rather interesting. But this was the medal that we got. And actually, it's cool too because there were some captains and angels that came up from Indiana to do the race with us. And if I can swing it, I might try to go down to Indiana for a race next year. But anyway, this is the medal that we got, and it's pretty big. I don't know if you can tell or not, but yeah, it's pretty big. So that was that one. This one was from a swim and run here in Muskegon, and this is another race that Ron Knoll and his crew put on. And this one was really cool because instead of the full triathlon where you do the swim, bike, run, this one you just do the swim and then the run. So this was the medal we got for that one, and it was really cool because the waves out there that day were really just, I guess, choppy is the word I'm looking for. So it was quite a ride in the rafts that MTT uses for us captains. But this is the medal we got for that. And a lot of fun. I had a blast. And I think it was just me and Kristen for this race, because because the other two captains, one of them was sick, and so the other one had to leave or something like that. So, but anyway, this is the medal we got for this one. And of course, after Try del Sol, I was really praying for decent weather, and we got it. So this was cool. But this is that one. This was another first for me. In fact, I had a lot of first-time races this year. Let's see, Purple Community was a first-time race. Bear Lake was a first time. And let's see. And Grand Haven Tri was the first time. Run for the Sun was the first time. The Swim and Run was the first time. And so I had a lot of firsts this year with racing with MTT. But this was the Millennium Triathlon, and this is in Grand Rapids too. In fact, a lot of them are in Grand Rapids, which is, because my team Triumph is based out of Grand Rapids. So, but they are, reaching out and going to different places, which I think is really cool. But anyway, this is from the Millennium Triathlon, and this one, again, was awesome weather. So yeah, that was great. 2 weeks of, 2 races of just amazing weather. So this was a lot of fun. Another first-time race for me, like I said. And, I had a blast, and I think everybody else did too. So hopefully MTT comes back and does this one again next year. Okay, here we go. Michigan Titanium. I was hoping, Kristen and I were both hoping to do the half iron this year, but there weren't enough angels for us both to do the half. So, and it ended up raining. It ended up raining anyway, so they moved everybody down to the Olympic distance, which was still a decent distance because it's like double the sprint distance. So it's like 32 miles or something like that in total. But anyway, this is the medal we got for that race, and once again, it rained it was going great until we got to the run, and then the volunteer that was helping me out said, just basically said, prepare to get ready to get wet because it's gonna rain. Lo and behold, it did, and my angels were like, well, what do you want to do? You want to turn around and go back? And I was like, heck no. I was like, I haven't, not finished at a race before, and I wasn't about to start now. So this is the medal that we got for that race, and but I mean, overall it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that that we were still able to finish, even though it was raining and cold and wet. At least I got soaked by the end of it. It was a little rough out there. Now, I don't know if Grand Rapids Tri did this last year, because I didn't do Michigan Titanium last year, but this year, for doing the Grand Rapids Tri and the Michigan Titanium Triathlon, we got these double down medals for that, which is really cool. And so yeah, that's that. And hopefully next year we have good weather for these races, because I think we've had our fair share of rain this year. So this one was the LMCU 10-mile bridge run, and I mean, all of my races are special, but there are those that are more special than others, and this is one of them. My friend Kevin came up from Ohio, and he actually ran this one with me, and was one of my angels for this race. And we had one angel that was really, really fast, and then Kevin and my other angel were, not as fast. So yeah, it was kind of hard for Kevin and my other angel to keep up with the fast guy, but it was still a lot of fun. And Kevin and my mom and I went out to breakfast afterward, and we had to spend some time together. So this is another one of those special races, and I actually ran across the finish line with him, which was really cool, and just amazing. This is another one of those magical races, and this is the medal we got for that one. So this next one is the Oktoberfest half marathon, and my team Triumph. This was another first-time race for them. It's another race that Ron and his crew put on, and this next year I found out is going to be renamed to the Armed Services half marathon, which I think is really cool. So I'm really looking forward to this one next year, and hopefully MTT will come back and do this one next year. So this is the medal that we got for this one, and this was in Spring Lake, and it was gorgeous out there, and I really had a blast. So this is that one. Only a couple more here. This one is from the Grand Rapids Marathon. I did the full marathon again this year. And I was with, some of the not-so-fast people, which was kind of cool because, we got to spend a little extra time, just hanging out and having a blast. We called ourselves Team Super Friends. But we had a ball, and so this was the medal we got for that one. And the Grand Rapids Marathon was the very first race that I did with MTT back in 2016, so I try to do this race every year because it's kind of like a, I guess, anniversary race for me. But yeah, this one was a lot of fun. And last, but certainly not least, I did the Trails to Hope race again this year, and it was a lot of fun, because it's not like a cement trail or concrete trail. It's a true trail, and so you basically go through the woods and all that kind of fun stuff. And so anyway, we had a ball again this year, and these medals are really cool because they're made out of wood, and so it's a little different than the other ones that I've gotten, which I think is really cool. So that's that one, and it was a 2-mile race, and it was cold, very cold. So anyway, that was this year's medals, and I'm excited for next year and excited to see what races we do again next year and which ones we don't. And so thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a great night.
2 viewers. Comment section. Melissa Figman is watching. Lance Kaiser is watching. Ryan O'Kane is watching. D-World, Beth, Brandon, Leonard, Jennifer McClung is watching. Jonathan D. Steinford is watching. Jonathan D. Steinford is watching. Rose Hines 1913.